Hi lovelies, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk more about the missing ingredient into achieving success. With the majority of us spending all of our time at home, isolation and social distancing has resulted in a new challenge of disconnection. Now, as human beings, we are social creatures and we are wired for connection. So connection is a vital ingredient for our success. So it's essential for achieving optimal performance and succeeding in life. So this video is in partnership with EPOS. And I'm partnering with them to share with you some effective strategies and tips for how to overcome the hurdles or barriers to success that 2020 has unexpectedly thrown our way. And I thought I'd break this video down into 3 sections or 3 key areas of life: personal, work, and self, because I want this video to take on a holistic approach. And I believe that we need to acknowledge or look at each area of our lives and how we can effectively deal with and overcome this disconnection that we're experiencing. It's such a unique time we're living in at the moment. Technology allows us to connect with one another from anywhere and makes the world feel a lot smaller. Our relationships are not limited by distance or where we live anymore. But because of social distancing and isolation, and a shift towards working and studying from home being the new normal, we're also experiencing a big disconnect in our relationships and even within ourselves. Especially in this challenging time that we face, we have to adapt, be flexible, and find new ways of remaining connected despite our physical barriers. Before I get into the topic of work, career, or study, I think it's really important to first talk about the disconnection we're feeling within ourselves and how to overcome that. It's only once you're good within yourself that you can focus on others and on work. And I think that finding a way to brave the storm and work through the added stress and anxiety that many of us are feeling is vital, especially when thinking about ways to maximize our overall performance. There have been times this year where I've felt really disconnected from myself. By that, I mean that I haven't felt as centered or calm, that I get too in my head and run away with my thoughts and worries. I don't feel particularly grounded because there's so much uncertainty we are all facing, and personally, I found my life to be particularly busy this year with added work and responsibilities. So if you can relate, then know that you're not alone. I've been really intentional lately with how I spend my days and prioritize self-care, because sometimes being productive is also about knowing when to rest and how to take care of your mental and physical health, and giving yourself the opportunity to explore and get creative. All these things help us to maximize our performance, because when you pour from an overflowing cup, you really show up in life. Daily meditation has been essential for noticing and also quietening my thoughts, as well as noticing how I feel each day. Just the simple act of breathing is an invitation to reconnect with yourself and your breath and anchor down so you can handle what is happening in your environment. Getting creative, whether that's drawing, painting, making DIYs for the home, or doing pottery, is another way I've tried to reconnect with myself. When there's so much going on in our external environment, the news is bombarding us with negativity. Our work is piling up because we no longer have strict office hours, or our worries get the better of us. Spending time being creative can help you reconnect with your inner child and just have fun. It's also very common that when we're creative, that's when solutions and ideas come to mind. Sometimes we need to take a step back from things going on in our life and just be with ourselves to allow ideas to flow. Also, if you follow me on Instagram at Study with Jess, then you'd know I've been spending a lot of time outdoors. Adam, Winston and I go for daily walks, and this week I've even spent one morning in the garden cutting fresh flowers for the vases on the table. There's no better way to reconnect with yourself than to reconnect with nature. Next time you sit outside or go for a walk, notice how much more energized you feel and how much more you have to offer to the other areas of your life. Just because we're being careful and staying home more, it doesn't mean we need to disconnect from nature and Mother Earth. One thing I really miss in my work life is the ability to meet with people face to face. I was doing a lot of interstate travel for workshops, meetings, and collaborations at one point, and I loved the ability to connect with people and feed off others' energy while brainstorming creative ideas together. Virtual meetings or conference calls are definitely a more sustainable approach to collaborating with others across different locations and maintaining connection, especially since travel is not something that's easily available to many of us at this time. If I can't see the other person, then I also much prefer the idea of speaking to them rather than connecting via email or text, where you really can't get an immediate response or reaction, and often it's easy to misinterpret reactions when it's only in written form. I have to say, I've had my fair share of disaster calls and tech issues. Also, I've talked about the 4 learning styles on my channel many times and how I tend to rely a lot on visual techniques, but I think at the moment my new work style has really highlighted the important role of sound or auditory techniques. If I can't see the people on the call, or I don't have notes to read over, or we can't get to use the giant whiteboard to brainstorm, then I'm heavily reliant on auditory cues. So I personally find it really hard to concentrate on an important conversation when I can't hear the other people very well. So to get the best out of my performance, I really need good sound environments. I think the importance of finding ways to maintain connection in our work life makes the quality and reliability of the technology we use even more important, and it also has a big impact on our productivity as well, especially if you don't want to be spending half the meeting repeating yourself. So as I mentioned, this video is in partnership with EPOS and their Expand SP30, and I was fortunate enough to test out their speaker, which is designed to boost the quality and clarity of communication to optimize my work performance, especially while the majority of my work has to be done over virtual meetings and calls. So since there's a big shift to working and studying remotely, I wanted to share a little bit about it with you all. So one thing I love about their new speaker is that it can be used for personal calls, but it's also equipped to handle meetings with up to 8 people. And I think it's really important that the Expand product range is designed to create this sense of closer collaboration. Even if the person on the other end can't be there, it feels like you're getting the same level of clarity as if you were having a conversation and connecting in person. The ultra-low distortion speaker and echo and noise cancelling microphone work to focus on the person's speech no matter the location in the room, and it optimizes their sound while rejecting sound from other directions. So that way, no matter where the person is sitting in the room, it can still pick up their speech. The speaker is great for when you're alone because it improves the audio for you and the other person with better speakers and microphones that'll help you communicate. And I also love the portability of the speaker because it means that I can create that great meeting environment wherever I go, at home or in meeting rooms at work. And I'm always on the go and don't necessarily work in traditional workspaces. So it's essential that this tool is mobile and that it can be useful anywhere I go. I strongly believe that teamwork is vital for success, and we can't let the physical disconnection deter us from collaborating. So one of my favorite quotes is, "Teamwork makes the dream work." And this goes for my time as a student, even when I would team up with my friends to study together and pool all of our knowledge. And it also goes for the work I currently do, collaborating with like-minded creatives such as videographers, photographers, and brands and organizations around the world whose values really align with mine. So collaboration fuels creative ideas and solutions, and we shouldn't let distance separate us or stop us from connecting. Now, as we entered another lockdown, I really started to feel the effects of disconnection in my personal life too. And I know from experience that when things are great in my personal life and I'm happy, that this energy, it spills out into the rest of my life. And it's essential for me creating a successful life and being at my best. I think it's been particularly easy to be complacent in our personal life and let our interpersonal connections slide because it's not as easy as we'd like. I was actually given some great advice from my coach recently, and he asked me if there's anything I miss doing. When I told him I missed my group Pilates and family dinners and brunch dates with friends, he told me that I could still do all of those things and that I should do all of those things. I just had to be more creative and disciplined. So after our conversation, it inspired me to text my best friends, and we chatted over FaceTime the next morning as I sat down with my cinnamon porridge and her boyfriend made her French toast, and I rang my family and we caught up over our usual weekend lunch via video chat and started making more of an effort to sign up for online group workouts. So I really invite you to think about ways that you can build more connection into your life, even if it's from the comforts of your home or bedroom, because it really will do wonders for your mental health and your relationships. So if we look at this time we're living in as the new normal and acknowledge the importance of connection, collaboration, and our need for belonging, then we make things a lot easier to manage. Rather than going from one extreme to the other, depriving ourselves of what we're used to, we need to find new ways to bring more of what makes us happy into our day-to-day lives and rely on technology to make our lives easier. Remember that you are stronger than you think, and we are all interconnected and in this together. So comment below how you've been getting creative and finding ways to bring more connection into your life, and also click the link below if you want to check out the range of premium professional audio solutions from EPOS. Thanks for watching, lovelies.